He died, I was sitting in my bunk, and the mailman come by. He said, "Love, I had a card and it said, Prison Entrepreneur Program, developed in character." I'm like, character? What is character? What is character? So I'm like, I'm gonna try it, just to do something different, get out of this. It was so violent over there. I wanted to go somewhere else so I can chill, so I can go to sleep at night. So I sent the card in, and they came back and they did it. There was testing. There was 7 people that took the test. I'll tell you how God, this is God already in my life at this time. He always had been, but he's showing me. So everybody took the test. I'm the only one failed. I had a 69. You got to have a 70 to pass to get accepted to this program. By the grace of God, a gentleman named Marcus Hill called me. He said, he told me I failed, and I'm like, man. He said, why you want to be a part of this program? I was like, I want to do something different with my life. I want to be a blessing to other people. I want to share my story, what I've been through. I said, all I'm asking you for is an opportunity. God blessed me to be a part of this program. He didn't accept nobody else but me. Wow. So I thank God for that. But as I got ready to leave Ramsey, I went to a facility called the Cleveland Unit. When I went there, I got there and I started getting headaches. And I told you right before I was hit with machete. I had a large, a tumor on my brain. And at the time, when I'm going through this, I'm getting headaches and I can't. And I'm in this program, but I have to go to class to pass this program. So I'm going back and forth to medical, to John Seeley in Galveston, Texas. And so, after they told me that, my symptoms and what, the mass on my brain was, and I'm like, man, God, why me? And this is what God told me. He said, why not you? Why not you? So I'm handcuffed to a dude that got a life sentence. Everybody else is on the bus is pretty sick. And I'm like, Lord, thank you. I said, Lord, if you heal me, I'm going to serve you. I'm going to serve you for the rest of my life. Amen. 7 months later, I went back to John Seeley, and it was this nurse named Joy. She said, she came in, I'm in this room by myself. This nurse came in, and she said, can I pray for you? She said, God's going to heal you. I was like, I speak that in the name of Jesus. I received that. So she prayed for me. So she left. And I got ready to leave. I had to stay the night there so they could run some more tests on me. And so the next morning, I caught the bus back to Cleveland. And as soon as I got off the bus, the chaplain stopped me. He said, Tracy Love, he said, I want you part of my prayer team. I said, me? You want me to be a part of your prayer team? I'm like, man, you sure? He said, yeah, I want you to be a part of my prayer team. And I accepted the challenge. I accepted that. And I started living for Christ. I started bringing people closer to Christ. But as I getting closer to God, he was never far from me. I was just far from him. He didn't leave me, I left him.
Amen.
And so when I went back to John Seeley for the last time, they did an x-ray, CAT scan. Thank you, Jesus. It was gone. So I get up here to say this. I asked them, I said, where's that nurse at, Miss Joy? They told me there's no nurse that works here by that name. tell you we serve an awesome God.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to say, man, that when I got out of prison, so I'm pretty good. I got out of prison, so I passed the entrepreneur program. I got a certificate from the University of Baylor in a business certificate, and while I was in prison, when they did character assessments, I was number 3 out of 265 people. I was number 3 in the character assessment. Nothing but God. So as I get ready to get out on parole, I said, man, I can't go back to Dallas. I got to go to Houston. I want to do something different. I can't come back to Dallas right now. I need to go to Houston. So I went to Houston. Boy, God, he's amazing. But I went through something in Houston that I never thought. I couldn't find a job. I mean, I went to an interview and they hired me. They hired me. The next morning I went there, I guess they did a background. I went there and he told me, he said, man, I can't hire you. I'm like, man, I'm shattered, I'm crying, man. I remember I was telling Andy Griffin Friday, I was like, man, I was on the side of Walmart crying. I didn't have a bus fare to get back to where I was. I didn't have no money, I didn't have nothing. And I was going to call this guy named Jason Hernandez. He was a drug dealer. This is no lie, I'm going to be real with you. He was a drug dealer. And he told me, he said, whenever you get out, man, if you need something, just let me know. I'll put you on. So as I'm thinking this, as I get ready to dial this number, my brother calls my cell phone. He told me to come back to Dallas and work for him. That was the best thing that ever happened to me, leaving Houston to come to Dallas. So I worked for my brother for 3 months, and I need to find me a job in insurance because I got child support. I'm behind. I got child support. I got to pay child support so I can take care of my kids. So I went to several different job interviews. I went to temporary service, and I went to temporary service, and they told me that they can't hire me because of my background. I'm like, man. So here we go again. So I kept praying, man. I kept praying and kept praying and kept praying. Like, God, I know you got something better for me. In the name of Jesus, I speak it in my life. And so I went to the temporary service. So they did a background. They sent it to me in the mail. Check this out. So I had one resume left. Something tell me to go down 121. This is Spirit telling me this. Go down to 121, go to Napa. I stopped in Napa. And I went in there, and I had my resume and everything. And Alan, he was the manager at this store. And so he said, this is the first thing I said. I said, man, I'm going to be honest with you, man. He said, I just got out of prison. We're gonna knock this in the bud right now. I just got out of prison. I'd have been broke. They already told me, a lot of people told me that no, because of my background. He said, man, I appreciate you being honest with me. And I'm like, oh, man, here we go again. Here we go again. I'm like, man. So then he tells me this. He said, can you hold on for a minute? I'm like, yeah. He said, I want to let you speak to the district manager. I was like, all right, cool. So his name is Terry. So I talked to him and told him my story. And I said that, I'm just looking for a job to be able to provide for my family, to get on my feet. And he said, well, I'm gonna give this to the owner. And I'm like, okay. I said, well, thank you, Jesus. I'm gonna give it to the owner. I got a good chance. So the next morning, it was a Tuesday. Mike, now my celly name was Mike. Mike Bouse is the owner of Napa. So I went. He said, can you come in for an interview on Thursday? Right? I said, yes. I said, yes, sir. So now I remember prior to that, I went to the temporary service and they turned me down, but they sent my background to me in the mail. And I got it on a Wednesday. So I had the interview Thursday, so I'm already prepared to give it to him. I'm already prepared to give it to him. So I got to the interview, and he came in, and it was just something about it, man. I'm like, man, I felt funny. I'm like, So he asked me, he said, tell me a little bit about yourself. I said, my name is Tracy Love. I just got out of prison. He said, I said, first and foremost, I said, can I tell you something? Can I say something? He said, absolutely. And he was looking over my background. And he looked at me and I said, the same Christ resurrected in you, he's also resurrected in me. We serve a forgiving God, kind God, a merciful God. We serve a God of second chances. Amen. So, this is what he did. He got my background and he folded it up, tore it up and put it in the trash and told me I was hired on Monday. I said, and so I was hired on Monday, but he prayed for me. This man prayed for me. So I started working in Napa, and and then I didn't have no car. God blessed me with my wife. She's my wife, Sherry. She's my girlfriend at the time, but she's my wife. God put her in my life. She's my everything. I thank God for her. And my daughters. I love y'all. She allowed me to drive my car. So I had worked for my brother and I had saved up $700. I was like, man, let's go find me a car. So we went to South Dallas. We went to the hood. So if I go to the hood, I know I can get a car. Nah, they wouldn't even sell me a car. They wouldn't even sell me a car. I'm like, man, I said, y'all tripping. So I'm like, I'm kind of disappointed. I'm like, I can't keep driving my girlfriend's car at the time. She got to go to work. So I got to give me some transportation. So she said, baby, so one morning she got up and she said, I went to work with Craig, and so my wife, she had came, Sherry at the time, she's my wife now, she had came to the shop, and she said, baby, look. I'm like, what? She said, I went up there and told me the name and everything. I'm like, how did you get all this information? So my wife, she always she's a detective. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be real with you, a detective. Because everything that I was doing when we moved together, she kept saying, Tracy, what happened in 2005 and 6? I'm like, Sherry, baby, that's in my past. They don't define who I am today. So she went there and talked to a guy, and his name was Mike. So I got 3 Mikes in my life. So I get there, and my wife said, she picked out this Chevrolet Colorado. I'm like, man, I don't had a big old grill, and I didn't want that at all. So I seen this black Trailblazer. Some rims on it look nice. I said, man, I look good. I ain't black on black. I'm black on Trailblazer. I said, I look good in that. So I'm looking to the deal. So Sherry and I went to the car lot. Tell you how God works. We went to the car lot. That truck wasn't there. It wasn't there. The next day, Sherry and I went to sign the papers, and I'm like, baby, there that truck is right there. She said, I see we can get it. By the name of Jesus, he blessed me with it. Amen. So I know I say this to I'm gonna wrap it up. I don't have that much time, and I'm sorry if I went over, but we serve a good God, man. Yeah. And Gary, when I was in prison, it was a time in my life I wanted to commit suicide. And you wrote me a letter. I thank you. You saved my life. I thank you for the bottom of my heart. I thank you. You saved my life. I was going to take my life. You wrote me a letter. You told me you love me. Thank you. Thank you, man. So I just want to say this, man. We can do all the things through Christ who strengthens us. Amen. No matter what you've been through, just keep God first. Just keep pushing. I said pushing this prayer until something happens. Keep praying. Yeah. I shouldn't be up here right now, but by the grace and His mercy, I'm here. And I thank the Lord for it. I just want to say I thank Mustang Baptist Church for allowing me to share my testimony. I love y'all and God bless y'all.